Ba-ba-da-da! Welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. Howdy, y'all. Yeah, that's not me. That's my baby. This little Charlie Bell. She's 5 months old now. She's not picking yet. She's getting close, but she's actually the inspiration of this week's lesson. She has this little toy here, this little star, and whenever you squeeze it, it plays a version of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Now, I've heard this about 4,000 times. We'll put that right over here. And until I did a lesson on this, it would not get out of my mind. Let me tell you what I've done here. I've used that as inspiration to create a duet. So a lot of you out there know maybe somebody who's starting to play guitar, or you know that they might want to start to play guitar. I've got something that they can learn, that you can teach and you can learn them. It's a simple melody to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. But at the same time, I've written a more complex backup fingerstyle arrangement so that you can do it together. That's what makes it fun, right? Whenever you do it together. I can't wait. She gets a little bit older, we can stick a little mandolin in her hand and see what happens. She'll probably just gnaw on it. Check it out. Alright, so that was that version. It's pretty cool. The backup version, the fingerstyle version, is obviously a little more difficult. I also wrote this because I have a lot of teachers that subscribe to my website, banjobenclark.com, and they use my tabs to teach other students, which I'm totally fine with. I consider it an honor. But a lot of you will have very beginner students, and maybe you have a recital coming up, so you can use this to prepare them for that and be interactive with them. But jump on over on the website, tell them go to banjobenclark.com and join as a Gold Pick member so I can have food to eat. You hungry? Anyway, jump over there and grab these tabs for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I've got like a 30-minute video lesson on this. We're going to go through the basic melody that I played, and then also I'm going to teach you the fingerstyle arrangement. And then I'm going to play both of them by themselves, very slow from start to finish. And then I've got a couple of practice tracks there where you can practice along if you're learning the melody or learning the backup. So say, see you later. It's not goodbye, it's see you later. Me and Charlie Bell. Let's dive into this first measure of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. First thing I want to do is cover the basic melody, which is pretty straightforward. But I want to cover it because a lot of you are just now starting to play the guitar, or maybe you've never played the guitar before, and this is easy enough for anybody to do, and it's a lot of fun to do it with this duet. But we're going to start there in measure 1 of the tab with a little intro. And this is just a little 4-note intro walking down into the melody. The melody doesn't actually start till measure 3, as you see there. But what's important to remember are our pick strokes, and beneath each one of these notes we have little arrows down there. And for this particular arrangement, I've done every note as a downstroke. Okay, as you get more advanced, and if you want to speed it up, I would suggest that you try to alternate pick, meaning like in the first measure there, we have a 3rd fret on the B string, and then a 1st fret on the B string. So those are both downstrokes right now, but maybe later on you can do a down and then an up and switch back and forth, and that'll be really good practice. But this first 4-note intro just walks right down this G major scale, and then measure 3 we're going to get into the melody, twinkle, twinkle. Okay, so we're just going to follow this very simple melody. Measure 3 sounds like this. Into measure 4 we have the 3rd fret of the B string. Good job. Let's look at measure 5. In measure 5, we're going to play the open E string, this very first string here. So we're going to want to release our left hand, we did have it down on the 3rd fret, and play this open E string twice. Good job. And then measure 6 there. We're going to land back where we were before on the 3rd fret of the B string, and it's going to take up that whole measure. Now I also want to remind you that though I want you to read this tab, it's important to also think about, what does this song sound like? Okay, everybody knows the melody of this song, so if you're playing something that sounds different than what the actual song is, then maybe you're reading it wrong, and you need to kind of check that out. Continuing there, measure 7, we're going to play our 1st fret of our B string twice, and then our open 2nd string, B string, there, measure 8. Good job. And we're continuing to walk down into measure 9, the 2nd fret of our G string, the 3rd string there. And then into measure 10 with an open 3rd string, or G string. Good. Now we're going to continue into measure 11, go back up to our 3rd fret. Measure 12, our 1st fret. Good job. Measure 13, open B string, and then land on the 2nd fret for measure 14. Then we're going to do the exact same thing again in measure 15, starting back up here. Good. Now when we get here to measure 19, we're going to repeat a melody line that we've already played back in measure 3. So this is kind of familiar to you now. Release for the open E string, and then land here for measure 22. And then we're going to play the last 4 bars here in 23. Open, 2nd fret. Now I want to cover again what it would look like if we were going to do our alternating pick strokes. And what I want you to do is switch up every other note to play an upstroke. So starting at the very beginning, it would sound like this. Up, down, up, down, up. Twinkle, little star. There you go. And then we just continue through the arrangement. Good job. Now let's take a look at the more difficult backup part to this duet, and then later on I have a video segment there on the website where we play both of these through very slowly from start to finish, so you're sure not to miss anything.